Hang in there. Come on! This is so much more than a heist, and you know it.
I say boom boom boom, no we're about to say well.
What is up, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Now today it's time to return to television and film. Today we're talking about the show that I've become addicted to over quarantine, and that is Money Heist. And no dad, it is not a lame show. Now Money Heist is based around a group of Spanish robbers who are first the Royal Mint and then the Bank of Spain, and today I'm counting down my 10 favourite characters in the show so far. Now a quick note, don't get too upset in the comments over who I choose, this is just my opinion. And also, go subscribe, I'm trying to hit 100 subs before my 18th birthday in just 44 days time. Other than that, hope you enjoy, and Netflix, hurry up and release season 5. Number 10, Marseille. Now in at number 10 we have got Marseille, a fairly new character in the grand scheme of things, joining the show in season 3 for the second heist. Marseille never actually goes into the Bank of Spain, instead helping the professor from outside on a number of occasions. One of his biggest roles was hunting down the men that tortured Rio all the way in Algeria, as well as helping Lisbon into the Royal Bank after she had escaped custody. So overall, a pretty good job. Number 9, Stockholm. Now in at number 9 we have another new addition to the gang, but a character that has been here since day one. Stockholm, or as you may know her, Monica Gastambide, has been with the crew in some way or another since the first season. Originally, she was a hostage falling in love with Denver during the first heist. She headed off with the robbers when they split their separate ways and returned in season 3 to take part in the heist once again. A mother who fights for her child but also for those around her. She plays a key role in supporting Rio through his trauma and has helped fix their relationship with Denver, even when it started to collapse during season 3 and 4. Number 8, Bogota. Now in at number 8 we have got Bogota, the highest ranked person who wasn't involved in the first heist, or at least for my list anyway. The welder plays an important role in the second heist as the man who gets the gold out of the depths of the Bank of Spain. He also falls in love with Nairobi, where we get to see his softer side, and I've got to say, I really love his development as a character through the series. Now sadly, Nairobi does pass. We have not given the presenters for doing that, but we will move on and hopefully we see more of Bogota in season 5. Number 7, Helsinki. Now, how can you not love Helsinki? The Big Serb is a great character in the series, a great personality, and a big softie when it comes down to it, but he is still a tough military-grade guy who brings the muscle to the gang. Now, whilst we don't see a lot of him in season 1, as we progress through the series, he grows and grows as a character. Thankfully, not killed by Gandia. However, of course, his close friend Nairobi was taken in that, although it did allow him to fix up his one-sided relationship with Palermo to allow them to get on with the mission. Number 6, Moscow. Now, why did Moscow have to die? One of my favourite, and I think a fan favourite across the board, Moscow passed at the end of season 2, and I reckon if it hadn't been for his death, he would probably be one of the favourite characters for me as well, maybe even jumping into the top 3. Now, however, he did give his life, but at least it was for a good cause, as it allowed Tokyo to get back into the Mint and escape with the gang. Now, it must be said, his relationship with Denver at times was a little bit scrappy, but he always had what was best for his son at heart, and his relationship as the duo was one of the best in the series. As a character, he's sorely missed. Number 5, Tokyo. Now, the main character next in Tokyo. Some may put her higher, but for me, her abrasive personality pushes her down the ranks a little bit. Now, whilst I must say, her hot-headedness can come in handy sometimes, at other times it can cause absolute carnage for the gang. And in some respects, you can say she is at least partially to blame for the death of Moscow, putting her, at least in my respect, down in the ranks. Also, the fact that she has fought with every single cast member of the gang at some point also damages her ranks, as I can't think of one member that springs to mind that she hasn't fought with. Maybe Stockholm, but for me, a great character, very charismatic, but she's not going to get into the top 4. Number 4, the Professor. Now, in at number 4, we have the man at the centre of it all, El Professor, the man that orchestrated the first heist, the man that has planned everything from his bunker, the man that got the gang together in the first place. Now, some may argue he deserves a spot at number 1, but there are a few more people, not to say he isn't a brilliant character, that are just so charismatic and I love their personalities that they just jump the gun. However, considering he's only ever been caught twice by the police, I'd say that's a pretty good track record, to be honest. And those two people, one has fallen in love with him, and the second one, the jury's out. I can't see him loving him, I'll say that. However, whether she kills him or joins him, we're yet to find out, and we'll have to wait till season 5. Number 3, Nairobi. Now, why did Nairobi have to die? She was the most innocent character of the lot, other than maybe Rio. She did not deserve to die in the slightest, but this show's proven time and again that every single character's head is on the line, even the professors at times, but Nairobi was the one that took the hit at the end of season 4 as Gandia shot her in the head. But before that, she had an excellent run. In the first heist, she was in charge of production of 10 billion banknotes. That is no mean feat. She then headed off to Buenos Aires with Helsinki, where they lived together for a few years before returning for the second heist at the Royal Bank of Spain, where she was this time in charge of sorting and helping the welders take the gold and then produce it into little gold balls. However, she was shot by Alicia Sierra and then again by Gandia, bringing her excellent run to an end. A character that everyone will gonna miss. She is the first woman onto our podium. Number 2, Denver. Now, just missing out on the number 1 spot, it is your favourite hothead. It's of course Denver. Now, here's the highest ranked living character, so Netflix, take that note valuably, do not kill him. But moving on about Denver, in the first season, in the first heist, he didn't really have a role. He was invited onto the heist by the professor at the request of his father Moscow, and in the end, he fought to the death, fighting with the others and showing that he was a valuable member of the gang. He also fell in love with Monica Gastambide, who later has become Stockholm. Although their relationship gets a little bit tetchy in the second heist, he continues to fight with them, raises Stockholm's child despite not being her father, and is an all-round great guy, even if at times his emotions get the better of him. Number 1, Berlin. Yes, he is a controversial figure. Yes, he is very narcissistic, and yes, he may even be a sociopath. But you have to love Berlin as a character. Love him or hate him, when you watch him, you can't deny the acting is amazing. He is the single-handed best character I've seen in television in a long, long time, and that is saying something. But Berlin, Antonio, whatever you want to call him, stuck to the plan, stuck to his guns, and fought till the death, as we saw at the end of season 2, saving the rest of the gang. Now, despite his death, production decided they needed that man back for more action, and I have to say, I'm so pleased they did, as we get to see the backstory of Berlin in small snippets throughout season 3 and season 4. His love relationship with Palermo, his relationship with his brother. And if anyone would agree with me, he needs to come back for season 5 and every season that follows. Heck, bring him back alive somehow. We never saw his dead body. And to be honest, I still have fingers crossed that he may still be alive. The only man who doesn't want him back is the man whose balls are still in that toilet bathroom after an altercation over a bow tie. Other than that, few can deny Berlin has to have the number 1 spot. Anyway, that is all for my top 10 Money Heist characters. Comment down below what you thought of my list. I'd love to hear other people's opinions on this. Also, as I said at the beginning, 100 subs by the 8th of August. That is the challenge. Other than that, press that red button. Let's hit 10 likes, and I'll see you next time. Peace. This point you're home, calling out from the east.